Hey guys, how you doing? Just got a couple videos here playing as I talk more about this quality of life initiative that Wargaming's putting out, and just going back to it's like the second part to the last video I had on the quality of life issues that Wargaming says they're looking to address, and seeing a couple of the CC's videos on talking about it, and they're skeptical, of course, which is I'm skeptical, of course, too, of Wargaming, anything Wargaming says or promises, because they've promised changes before, and as we all know, the changes haven't exactly been what we thought they were going to be. It certainly hasn't improved the quality of life in the game because, well, quite frankly, people are leaving this game. The proliferation of bots is proof of that. And again, I have issue with some of the things that the CCs are talking about in changes to the Matchmaker, making it skill-based and stuff like this. They're naturally upset about that, but I have my own issues with the Matchmaker. And I have from day one with this game, and feeling like I'm not giving it a fair shot with the Matchmaker the way it is. And I have videos on my channel that show guys with every single one of the CCs, every single one of them, PC and console, equates win rate with skill. And I think skill is what you see, right? How you play, where you play, what the enemy thinks of you. What I mean by that is, for instance, I have a whole series, Kill Beer, talking, that is, doesn't talk, it just shows examples of getting focus fired by artillery. And most of those games are losses. Not all, but most. And, I can't stand artillery, but on most of them, the good ones, certainly not dumb guys, right? I don't think it takes any skill to play artillery. It doesn't. But, and yes, I have played back in a long time ago when they used to have straightforward ops instead of this new, you got switched to a different website and lick and paste and kiss Wargaming's ass and trying to figure out how the fuck. The earn a tank ops used to be much simpler back in the old days. Well, I'm talking about old days of this game, right? And in some of those ops, you had to play artillery. So it's not like I'm unfamiliar playing artillery. It's just that I think it's a kind of a dick move, and I don't play it on multiplayer games, right? Matter of fact, I don't play it at all anymore, but I still have some artillery pieces in my garage. But those guys, especially the guys who are good, focus me out. Sometimes it's not wise to focus out, because I can be in a tier 6 tank in a tier 8 game, or a tier 8 tank in a tier 10 game, and they're focusing me to death. And sometimes that's the wrong choice, right? For them to focus me out when there's far more dangerous tanks around me. But more often than not, as the Kill Beer volumes demonstrate, it's a successful winning strategy. Okay, so one of the things I saw CC talking about is the light bulb. What is it called? The light bulb perk. Well, ever since anything, hallelujah. Everybody's going to be getting the light bulb perk now. And he says for all those, what did he use? Some kind of derogatory descriptor. Dummies, idiots, something like that. It's not that like I haven't been called dummy or idiot before, but I have a video out calling, I don't need a light bulb. Wargaming a while back put in that exclamation mark, right? That means you've been spotted. Now, I don't need a light bulb to tell me that once I'm spotted, people are going to be aiming at me specifically. The gun barrels are going to be pointed at me, no doubt about it. I know that. I don't need a fucking light bulb to tell me that. The shells that are going to come in to me will tell me quickly. So that's another reason why I say that my gameplay experience is completely different from what they're getting. If you need a fucking light bulb to tell you somebody's aiming at you, then you need a fucking light bulb. Right? I don't need that. As soon as the icons that goes off that I'm spotted, that's all I need. That's all I need to know, because the shots are going to come incoming as soon as I'm spotted. Almost every one of my videos will show you that. Okay, so their gameplay is completely different than mine. And this, in a different video, this very same CC. I know I'm ragging on the CCs. It's not, they're doing something right. They got big channels and they do put together good videos and stuff. But some of the things they say, I just take exception to. Like calling a guy an idiot because he doesn't have the light bulb perk. Well, I don't fucking need the light bulb perk. Why can't I use that for something else that I do need? A defensive perk. Or skill set that they don't take on their tanks because they don't need it. Right? They're not getting shot at anywhere near as much as me. Not even close. Their gameplay experience is completely different. Their matchmaking is completely different. Their RNG is completely different. And I saw this same guy one time in a video a while back. He's defending himself from, I guess, other guys on his channel. He's been saying, hey, you're getting different matchmaking than I am. And he used to defend his position. He's saying, well, since I became a CC, my win rate actually dropped. Yet, he in the very same video is equating win rate with skill set. And they all do that. That's the party line you have to adhere to if you're a CC. Win rate, stars on the barrel, equal player knows what he's doing, skilled player. Well, it doesn't. I have examples of that clear cut on my channel. I have an example of a guy pulling out a game. His win rate was lower than mine. Brilliantly pulling out a victory from what should have been a certain defeat for our team, because he knew what the game mode was and he knew how to win. And yet I have guys with extremely high win rates and stars on their barrel in a tier 10 match. I don't have a clue about either of those two things. So their gameplay experience is completely different than mine. And let me explain that a little bit further. If you're arguing that there is no such thing as a bias or a favoritism that Wargaming is giving to you in your matchmaking and RNG, yet in the same video you're equating and you're justifying that statement by saying that your win rate went down when you became a CC in this game. Yet in the same video, a few minutes later, you're equating skill with win rate. So what happened when you became then, follow me here if I can explain this properly what I mean. What happened to your skill when you became an official CC? You follow what I mean? When you became starting doing tank reviews, learning more about the maps, more skill, more experience, you would think over time. Doing review on the tanks, the strengths, the weaknesses, the armor profile, the ammo, you name it. Your knowledge and skill level should be increasing with your experience level, you know, your experience of doing tank reviews. And just putting in more games to show on your channel. See, it can't be both at the same time. You can't use the fact that you became a CC and your win rate went down when you became a CC to justify your argument that you're not getting favorable treatment. And at the same time, you know, towing the party line that win rate stars on the barrel is a sign of a good player. So something else is going on. It can't be both at the same time. That's impossible. It can't be both at the same time in the very same fucking video, man. Come on. But what do I know, right? It just doesn't make any kind of that doesn't follow any kind of logic or common sense at all. To say both things at the same time in the fucking very same video. To me, the enemy is a good representation of who they consider a threat on the team. Especially the good artillery players, because the artillery piece is the most important piece in the game. The one that can have the most single influence from the back of the map, almost anywhere on the map with the trajectories that wargaming gives to them, is their artillery piece. And if they're shooting at me and not you consistently, almost every one of my videos shows this, whether they part of the Kill Beer volumes or not, just videos like this. That means that artillery player considers you the threat. If I'm getting shot at because they consider the other team, including the other team's most important piece, if he's smart, considers me the threat, that means they're not aiming at you. Right? I don't need a fucking light bulb to tell me that. I have 67,000 games to tell me that. So that should be a tremendous advantage to my team, to my teammates. But I am matched with such ridiculously bad teams that they can't take advantage of it. It's just a numeric thing. If 5, 6, 7, 10 guns are aimed at me, that means they're not aimed at you. You should be able to take advantage of that. But the matchmaker doesn't put me on those kinds of teams that can take advantage of it often enough to pull out a win. There's only so much you can do when you're getting focus fired and pinned. Right? It should be common sense. So, and the games are not won. Nothing. No fight is won from the back. Fights are won from the front. It's what happens at the front in the beginning of a 50-minute game. There's also no other game that I've ever played. Call of Duty regarding this matchmaking that they're all bitching about. Rare ever felt like I didn't have a fair shot right? I always felt like I had a fair shot in Battlefield and Call of Duty and any other shooting multiplayer games that I've played. But I never felt that way with this game. I felt I was behind the 8 ball every single match. And talk about fun, enjoyment, quality of life. You know, it's just not there with this game. If the game doesn't feel fair, you're not going to be enjoying the game. Then maybe that's why guys are leaving. Maybe that's why we're seeing so many bots. Anyway, guys, appreciate the listening to the rant once again. Thank you. Bye bye.